Beer here back in the fantasy bar talking some NBA on a Friday night. 6 of my favorite plays on FanDuel and DraftKings, including some of my favorite value plays, some guys that are just too cheap out there. And of course, my favorite play of the night, who we talking about? Belly up to the fantasy bar and find out. Welcome in, guys. Friday edition Beers Daily Fantasy Six-Pack. Good to be back once again talking some NBA. 6 of my favorite plays on FanDuel and DraftKings. Thank you, as always, for stopping by and checking out the video. Now, before we get into the plays, as always, make sure you hit that thumbs up button, guys. Greatly appreciate that. That is the tip jar here in the fantasy bar. Also, subscribe to the channel. Got lots going on here in the fantasy bar. Got 2 football videos, 3 football videos, a FanDuel, DraftKings, a Yahoo, and a sports betting video. So make sure you're checking all of those out. Hit that notification and get notified when these videos get released. Also, head over to scoresandodds.com/beer for everything sports betting, premium information, premium picks, myself included, giving you some of my favorite NFL picks each and every week. Go and check it out today. Know you're going to love what you see there. Scoresandodds.com/beer. The link in the description of the video. All right, let's talk some NBA for tonight. Looks like a fun slate of games. Let's start in the mid-range with Eric Gordon of the Rockets. Now, we know Houston, one of those teams that is dealing with injuries. No Jalen Green, no Kevin Porter Jr. here tonight. So when you run the numbers with those guys off the floor, which you can do with our Court IQ tool here on RotoGrinders in our premium suite of tools. And if you're not a premium member, you're missing out. And free shot at some premium coming up later in the video. But when we run those numbers, 6.6% usage bump for Eric Gordon, as you'd expect. He's a guy that can generate some offense. He's certainly going to have to do that tonight against the Milwaukee Bucks. Comes in good form as well, averaging over 31 DraftKings points per game over his last 3. And the Bucks have given up some threes to this spot, specifically small forwards, 4th most per game in the NBA. So that is the bread and butter of Eric Gordon's game. I think he comes out as a nice night tonight against the Milwaukee Bucks. All right, speaking of injuries, let's go to Charlotte next. Dealing with a lot of COVID issues, we're going to continue to roll with shooting guard small forward Kelly OUBRE Jr. I'll talk about a guy taking advantage of his opportunity. We've seen flashes from OUBRE in the past, but he is playing some tremendous basketball right now, and I don't think that's going to slow down anytime soon. 7 straight of 31 or more DraftKings points, so a solid floor for you in your cash games. Also, nice tournament upside, as you see. 4 of those games went for 39 or more DraftKings points, so just shooting the ball an absolute ton here. Sacramento has struggled mightily with this position. In fact, no one has been worse against shooting guards so far this season. Love this spot for Kelly OUBRE tonight, even at an elevated price. Going right back to the well here tonight against the Sacramento Kings. All right, let's stay in that game. Let's go to the other side with a solid value play in small forward, power forward, Harrison Barnes. Now, we saw him return from injury the other night. Looked great in that game against Orlando. I know the minutes are going to be limited, but played 30 minutes in that game. So it's not like he's limited to 20, 22 minutes here. And these prices just way too low on Harrison Barnes. A big-time discount on both of these sites from where his prices have been. So a great buy low you want to jump on now while we can. We talk Kelly OUBRE Jr. Love this spot for Sacramento as well. These two teams love to get up and down the floor. This will definitely be one of those track meet type games. Both top 3 in the NBA in pace. So a game you can stack up a lot of different ways here to take advantage of this value on Harrison Barnes. Speaking of value, let's go out west. Our next play at point guard, shooting guard Cameron Payne of the Suns. So Devin Booker going to miss this game once again here tonight. So lots of opportunity. Obviously, a guy like Chris Paul jumps to the front of the list, but when you run the numbers in Court IQ, it spits out Cameron Payne as the highest usage on this entire team. Yes, higher than Chris Paul at over 30% with Devin Booker off the floor. Minutes, again, are always a concern with Cameron Payne, but he's over a fantasy point per minute guy in this scenario. So doesn't need a ton of minutes. He's going to get his shots up. Very aggressive here. So let other people worry about those minutes. I think he gets minutes in the low to mid 20s here in that situation. He's very productive, pays off these salaries pretty easily, and ownership should be very minimal here tonight on Cameron Payne. All right, let's spend up on our next spot. Let's go down low. We've saved you some money so we can spend up on big man JONAS VALANCIUNAS of New Orleans. Now, this guy has been an absolute machine of late. 9 double-doubles in his last 11 games. So again, we talk a floor in your cash games. That double-double streak should be enough to feel safe about his floor. The upside certainly there as well. Just ripped off a 70 DraftKings point game. So playable in all formats here tonight against the Detroit Pistons, who've been middle of the road against centers this season. But this price, what really stood out to me on DraftKings at just $8K. In fact, I had to go all the way back to late October to find a cheaper price on JONAS VALANCIUNAS. So a great matchup, a guy in great form, and the cheapest price we've got in a while. Sign me up tonight for JONAS VALANCIUNAS. All right, it's time to take a look at my favorite play for Friday night in the NBA. But before we do that, we want to continue our Beast of the Night contest, free to play, and this is a thank you to you guys for checking out the video, for hitting that thumbs up button. So make sure you've done that. All you got to do, get in the comment section right below the video and guess fantasy points. We'll go with FanDuel tonight for my favorite play of the night. The closest guess is going to win themselves a free week of RotoGrinders Premium, a chance to check everything out, including the Court IQ tool we always reference on this program, the lineup builder. There's just so much information there, so why not throw a guess in there? Also, let me know who your beast of the night is. Sound off in that comment section. Let's wrap this baby up. My favorite play for Friday night in the NBA, you know, Mass, the Beast of the Night. All right, Beast time. We started with Houston. We're going to end with Houston. I'm rolling with power forward center Christian Wood, tonight's Beast of the Night. So we talked about Eric Gordon getting a nice boost. Obviously, guys like Jaylen Brown, KPJ out of the lineup. That's going to happen. Christian Wood right there as well. Almost a 6% usage bump, taking him to over 28.5% on the usage. Also, averages almost 1.4 fantasy points per minute this year with Green and Porter Jr. off the floor. So you run the numbers, we're talking about a nice projection here for Christian Wood, especially in a game against Milwaukee. They're going to need his offense, likely a higher scoring game here. And we get the revenge narrative. This is where he started his career. I am a Bucks fan, still upset they let this guy walk out the door. Dropped 54 DraftKings points on them last season in this matchup, and I think he gets a similar output here tonight. Expensive, no doubt, but we've saved you some money for a reason. Christian Wood, a guy I want to spend up on tonight, making him easily my favorite play on the board in tonight's Beast of the Night. All right, guys, that'll do it for Friday night here in the Fantasy Bar, talking some NBA. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the content and the video. If you have any comments, questions, feedback, hit me up in that comment section right below the video. Don't forget, fantasy points on FanDuel for Christian Wood for your shot at a free week of RotoGrinders Premium. And again, let me know who your favorite play of the week is. Who's your beast of the night? Hit that up in the comment section. Scoresandodds.com/beer for everything sports betting. That link right there in the description. Go check it out. And head over to FanDuel.com/OG. Come play against Notorious Head Chopper and myself in our weekly Listeners League over on FanDuel. For RotoGrinders.com, I am Beermakersfan. Salut. Best of luck here in the NBA tonight. Best of luck in the NFL this weekend. We'll see you next week, guys. Thank you for watching. Best of luck.
Hey, thanks for checking out our videos. If you want more expert advice on DraftKings, FanDuel, or any other daily fantasy sports, make sure you check out the current videos playlist